And one solution he's promoting comes in the form of a USB stick. It's called the 5Gbioshield, and it costs more than £300. I spoke to one of Sasha's colleagues, the inventor of the 5Gbioshield technology, to understand how it works. Just to kick things off, could you introduce yourself for us?
I am that I am. Lucky of free and sovereign domain. That is how I introduce myself always, because I know who I am, I know who I'm not, and that gives me freedom and sovereignty. We human beings, we are all spiritual beings who are...
Okay, so it might be easier if I do the introductions. Ilya Lakisevich once worked as a physicist at several high-profile institutions in Europe. But in 2003, he left mainstream science.
I did not agree with many concepts in science and went to investigate by myself. And I made a simple measurement with which I proved that the atom consists of a ring of light, like a donut, with a centering point which is 0 point, mind, spirit, God, which is source of energy. And I understood on that base also radiation. There is no ionizing, non-ionizing radiation like in science. There is only balanced and imbalanced radiation. Are you following me?
Truth be told, I wasn't really following at all, but I thought I would have a go at trying to understand how the BioShield USB he invented works.
Yes, I have explained until now. I explained the scientific base of my invention. You should understand also, anybody should understand that is love protection. Very high frequency, the highest frequency in the universe is a frequency of love. And when you protect something with that highest frequency, nothing what is lower can penetrate it.
How do you put love into the BioShield?
My technology is made in a new energy way, simple, easy, cheap, and efficient. That is a simple sticker where I need 3 nanolayers. One nanolayer is glue, the other is PVC, and the third one is color.
Okay, so the USB stick itself is just a USB stick.
Yeah, that sticker on it, that is what is actually technology, and the USB stick is just carrier.
Got you, okay. According to the website, the user doesn't even need to plug the USB stick in. The BioShield creates an 8-meter bubble of protection around anyone holding it, and that force field is extended to 40 meters if you plug it in. It might surprise you to hear that this science has been peer-reviewed.
Yes, they are peer-reviewed, yes. International Journal of Science and Research.
Is it particularly expensive to publish papers there?
Usually it's between $50 and $100.
Within the scientific community, these kinds of pay-to-publish forums are known as predatory journals. They provide the veneer of being peer-reviewed, but in fact will publish almost anything for a price. Ilya Lakisevich's most recent peer-reviewed paper includes this sentence.
I used to practice sport very gladly, and I am a unique tennis coach.
So if someone says their work has been peer-reviewed, you can't just take that at face value. Even according to its inventor, the £300 BioShield is in fact just a normal USB with cheap stickers on it. And that might go some way to explaining why, since recording these interviews, trading standards have announced that they consider it to be a scam. They're working with the police to get a court order to take down the website. Thames Valley Police Crime Commissioner Anthony Stansfeld, who spoke at Sasha Stone's Chelsea Town Hall event where the USB stick was promoted, says that he welcomes this news and that he in no way endorses the product. Sasha Stone told me that the alternative science he promotes is under constant attack.
They need to move beyond the conformities, beyond the norms, and that becomes very, very difficult for these scientists and inventors, because it becomes not just difficult, but impossible to patent and register things because they don't conform to the physics of the day.
He says the USB stick has many happy customers.
We've been oversighting the testimonials, oversighting the feedback from thousands of people, I think in excess of 6,000 in the last few weeks.
Sasha confirmed to me that the sticks are sold through affiliates who get a commission on each one they sell. In the UK, one of the most high-profile sellers is a man called Simon Parkes. He used to be a Labour councillor in Whitby. But that all changed after he gave an interview on ITV's This Morning where he claimed to have sex with aliens.
This is holographic, so I wouldn't have actually lost my virginity.
What age were you then?
I would be about 5 or 6.
You
6
lost
years
your
old.
virginity at 6 years old?
No, I didn't say that. It was a holographic representation.
So you had a sexual encounter?
Exactly,
at 6 years old?
holographically, absolutely, yes.
Simon is now helping to sell the BioShield, and he managed to get his followers a special deal.
You know, it was buy one, get one free if you did it through my site. We're very fortunate that the BioShield company is prepared to do that with us. And any more products that ever come out from them, I will be looking for a similar sort of deal.
When contacted by the BBC, the UK distributor of the BioShield rejected the suggestion that selling a £5 product for more than £300 was unreasonable, and said that there was a great deal of technical information and historical research which had gone into the product. But even if the BioShield is removed from the market, Sacha Stone's collaborators are already developing another product. It's called Presidium, and it's a nutritional supplement. They announced it at the Chelsea Town Hall event last year.
There are two avenues that I wanted to explore with you. The 5Gbioshield key was one of them, and there is a second one, which is called Presidium, which has been developed by an incredible doctor called Marco Ruggiero, which is still not available, but Sacha will tell us exactly when. The product's predominant application are to shield and to protect the human body from the negative effects of both ionizing and non-ionizing electromagnetic radiation.
Just to be clear, they're claiming that this nutritional supplement has the power not just to protect you from 5G, but also from ionizing radiation. That type of radiation includes things like X-rays and nuclear waste, which definitely can harm you.
The Presidium is not something which is on the market, it's something which is in the pipeline, and that is an innovation by a very brilliant microbial scientist. I won't name him here.
Why won't you name him?
I certainly don't wish to bring his name into the public domain if he doesn't wish it to be.
The scientist Sacha doesn't want to name is already in the public domain. You heard Sacha's colleague mention him earlier. He's called Marco Ruggiero, and he used to be a professor at the University of Florence. And although Presidium isn't yet on the market, Dr. Ruggiero and Sacha Stone do have another nutritional supplement that they are selling. It's called Immortalis, and like Presidium, it's a nutritional supplement which is said to be essential for people suffering from electromagnetic frequencies. Another benefit is that it grants you immortality. It costs more than £8,000 for a year's supply, and it was until very recently on sale in Harrods. They decided to remove it from their shelves after we brought the product's history to their attention. It turns out that Immortalis is just the latest in a long line of very similar products which Marco Ruggiero claims can do incredible things. Back in 2014, Marco Ruggiero was the director of science at a company called Immunobiotech Limited. The company offered miracle cancer cures. Court documents estimate that the company made up to £9 million selling these products to desperate people. And for a price, you could get the treatments administered by Dr. Ruggiero himself at an unlicensed cancer clinic in Switzerland. Rona Magne was one of his patients. Rona loved to play piano. That's her playing, and her cat is singing along. Rona died last year. Before she died, she wrote a blog about her experience at Dr. Ruggiero's clinic.
This post is about my visit to a clinic. I don't think the company who was running the clinic is running any more clinics, thank God.
Rona says the company promised a money-back guarantee if patients were not cancer-free within a year. The treatment cost €2,400 per week for 6 weeks and would be administered by the inventor, Marco Ruggiero.
After the clinic was launched, the cost went up to €3,000 per week. All patients were made to sign a non-disclosure agreement, forbidding us from discussing the clinic. We all signed because we were too afraid not to, afraid that this amazing breakthrough treatment would be withheld from us. I may or may not have got shrinkage. Professor Ruggiero maintains I did, but my own radiologist and surgeon could find no difference.
On June 19, 2015, the clinic was raided by Swiss authorities after 5 of the people being treated there died. and although several people involved in the company have since been prosecuted, Marco Ruggiero has never been charged with any crime for his involvement. Some of the products he sold to Rona remain on sale in the UK and in Europe. We approached Marco Ruggiero for an interview, but he declined to speak to us. I wanted to see if Sasha Stone knew about any of this. So are you at all aware of the clinic that Dr. Ruggiero ran in Switzerland that was shut down by the Swiss authorities?
Respectfully, I'm not going to be baited any further, Tom, about the good doctor. I think he's a remarkable talent, and I think that people like you and your family ought to be very grateful that there are innovators and scientists out there who actually care about human health and wellness in the way that a good professor does, because it is my belief and my contention that he is a very brilliant biological scientist.
So you feel he's misunderstood?
I feel that I'm not prepared to discuss anything further on the matter of the good professor.
All this merchandise, the nutritional supplement, the USB stick, and the products that Glyn Hughes is selling are offering to protect you from something that the scientific consensus would say is not harmful. But could these products be offering people who are suffering real symptoms a placebo, and so some kind of relief? According to Dr. David Robert Grimes, trying to treat a nocebo with a placebo can actually cause real harm.
What is really important is to make sure that you're getting the right intervention, and a placebo is never going to do that. And worse than that, it's also going to give a false sense of cause and effect. And in the process, you'll be confused about your own condition and your understanding of the world.
In other words, a placebo might encourage people to believe that 5G causes harm, when the science tells us there's no good reason to believe that. Dr. Robert Grimes has dedicated his career to making that point over and over. Is there anything that would change his mind?
If there was some very small effect that emerged and there was reputable literature that backed this up, I would change my opinion, but the evidence at the moment does not say that. So all these things really do is muddle our understanding, and they create an environment where snake oil salesmen and charlatans and misguided people can really profiteer to our collective detriment.
The truth seekers who say that 5G is dangerous often use the language of science, but there's no scientific basis to most of what they say. The anti-5G movement seems driven by faith, not facts. It's faith that drives people to believe that a USB stick can offer protection from the modern wireless world. In these unprecedented times of COVID-19, when misinformation is spreading like a virus, it's understandable why some people might be more receptive to prophets of doom. What's unfortunate is that those prophecies could well be self-fulfilling and actually making people sick.